Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Hewitt Pagenstecher. I host a weekly stand-up comedy show called Laugh Basement every Monday at the Goodfoot Lounge in Portland, Oregon. Today, I'm so excited to be joined by Monica Nevi, who has a special out called Big Stepdad Energy on YouTube, and she's also headlining Helium Comedy Club coming up on March 15th on Wednesday. So, Monica, thank you so much for joining me. How are you doing today?
Good, you nailed it. Good job.
Thank
Happy
you.
happy
Yes.
to be here. I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. So right now you're in St. Louis, right?
I am in St. Louis at a cute little Airbnb. Sorry, my backdrop's not the coolest, but there's a closet here. Yeah, St. Louis, I just got here. I'm here this weekend to do some shows at the Helium here before I come back to the Northwest to do the Helium in Portland. So
Nice. You work a lot with Helium. You do the all the clubs, all the Helium clubs, your podcast, Dumb Pitches is on Helium Podcast Network, and you released your special Big Stepdad Energy on Helium as well.
I did,
Um,
yeah.
yeah,
A lot of helium stuff going on right now.
yeah. So, what kind of material can people expect to hear from you on Wednesday? Is it going to be a lot of the stuff from your special, or are you on to all new material now?
I wish it was all new. Obviously, I would love to put a special out and be like, here's a whole new hour. But some of it will be familiar if you've heard the special. But a lot of it is new. And I'm working on something kind of weird this year. So bits and pieces of that. So I would say if I had to give it like a percentage, I would say half and half, maybe a little bit more new than old. But yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's exciting. I'm curious, like what's the weird thing that you're working on this year? Can you tell me, or is that secret?
No, it's not a secret. I've essentially announced it, but it makes me just a little nervous, I guess. I'm going to do in November, I'm going to film like a holiday special. Like, oh my God, how musicians do like Christmas albums.
Yeah,
Kind of like that. So we're gonna film. So the thing for the rest of the year though is that I need to work on like holiday jokes. So sometimes I've been able to kind of like fit them in, and then sometimes on stage I'll just preface it with, "Hey, I'm working on this thing. Can I do my holiday jokes for you, even though it's March?" So
that's
it's
super
different.
exciting. Congratulations.
Thanks. It
Yeah.
is. I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be really fun. But
I think I saw like a poll on your story that's like, what's going to be a game changer for me this year? And a holiday special was one of them. I didn't know that was actually like in the works.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that was the one I was leaning towards, anyways. People did so. I've done this a couple times in the past where I'm like, "You guys decide what's going to happen in my life, or whatever." And so, just it's kind of a joke, but it's fun, and I think it gets people's attention, or maybe you become invested for the thing that you voted for. I don't know.
Yeah, like we're
Um,
all we're all playing the choose your own adventure
yeah, exactly.
game with Monica's career.
With my life, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, well, I had put it on Twitter too, and I was like, what's going to be my big break this year? Is it going to be like a career opportunity or a scandal? And Twitter was the only platform that voted for scandal, so that one was fun. But
Twitter loves a
um,
scandal. That's
they
all
love a
Twitter's
scandal.
for. Yeah.
I knew I could count on them. But yeah, everyone else was like, no, it's going to be a career thing. And so then you just narrow it down. Is it going to be live or is it going to be a filmed thing? Whatever. And so then they really did vote for Big Stepdad Energy on Ice,
Mhm.
which will be a part of the holiday special, I believe. But it's that I don't really know what that means. Like I don't
I,
know what big stepdad energy on ice would be. Like I don't. Is it
it's
me
like
performing my special, the same special, but on ice? And like so, I'm
it's
gonna
just a
take my
cooler version of the big
maybe
stepdad energy
that's it. I'm
special.
gonna take my version of that and make it into something that we can do while filming the special. The special I'm going to film in Renton, Washington, where I'm from, very close to Seattle, at
Hmm.
a theater called Carco, which is a big theater and it's got a big stage and stuff. And so I'm gonna do the stand up special there, but we're gonna make it a whole like a holiday show. I'm gonna have some of my friends that are musicians come and do stuff like that. So it'll be like a whole performance of holiday stuff leading up to me filming this, like because I want the special part to be 25 minutes, right? So
Nice.
um yeah, so we're gonna that's not enough show, right? So we're gonna kind of do some other things, and I'll have an opener and whatnot. But I
I
think the
think
big stepdad energy on ice will be revealed during that time.
nice. I think
Yeah.
25 minutes is like a nice kind of, I don't know, like a length of a special like nowadays, or just a piece of content that you could like put out there, right? Because it's,
Yeah,
it's
I
kind
think
of, and it like
it
works well with people's attention span nowadays,
yeah,
but it's also a
yes.
little bit longer and you could incorporate a
Yes,
lot.
definitely. I thought it was an attainable amount that I could write. I mean, it's pushing it a little bit, because really this is going to be written in less than a year. Um, so that's a challenge for sure. But also, Christmas is the 25th, so I was like, that's on brand. Um, so I think the whole thing with like a little bit of, they do the B-roll type of stuff and kind of little clips of what was going on, before and after. I think the whole thing will be 25 minutes. So, the done product. So yeah, we want the whole actual show to be longer and more entertaining for people. So I think that these are my ideas.
Awesome. Yeah.
We'll see how it really shakes out. But yeah.
I actually have a similar goal. I'm trying to put out like one of my first long form piece of content by like November, December this year.
Nice.
Something around, I don't know, 20 minutes to an half hour as well. But
Yeah, I think some people were doing like 15 minutes for a while, and I think that that's a good amount of time to like
yeah,
keep people's attention.
that's
And
like the
so, because
don't
like,
tell kind of
yeah, they're
like
doing like 10 minutes. My special's 30 minutes, and even, I don't know if that wasn't up to me, obviously, but I think that's a good amount of time. Some people did an hour, and I know that now, even for me, and I love watching stand up. I can usually do, like a Netflix special that's an hour in like two sittings. Like I'll watch half of it and then the other half. So shorter, our attention spans are just getting less and less.
yeah,
So, you
it
got to
takes
do what
me
you can do what you can.
yeah, they take me a couple of sittings to get through too.
Yeah.
If I even
So
get to the second half.
should be a good. I'm hoping for the best. This is my vision, and I've been able to have a vision and create it before, and so I'm just saying we're doing it, diving in, make it happen, and hopefully it's even better than I'm imagining.
Great. Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. You just got to put stuff out there, take it one step at a time. All
Yeah.
right. So what's your process in working towards a special? Like with Big Stepdad Energy, like how long did that take? Do you and like kind of what's your process when working out material to release to the public?
It's funny. I think a timeline kind of helps me um, put pressure on myself a little bit to come up with new stuff.
Hmm.
Because so my special Big Stepdad Energy, I put out an album October 2020. Is that right? Yeah, October 2020. That was an hour that I had recorded, maybe 8 months before that. And then I filmed the special in January of 2022. So it was about a year and a couple of months that I had a new 30 minutes ish,
Hmm.
And so that's kind of fast, I think, for me. I know there's plenty of people who are like, I'm doing an hour every year, but I don't know if they're as good as they could be.
Yeah.
So even then, it was a little bit fast for me. This is fast. My first album, it was a culmination of almost 8 years or 9 years, So you could be more picky about what made it in. But I do think my writing process, which isn't really a process, I just when it comes to me, it does, and then I work it out. I think it's become more efficient, whatever it is. So that makes it easier for me to. And so now I'm like spending, whatever, 5-10 minutes in the morning thinking about the holidays, just to think.
You like
But
wake up to Christmas music and
I
have
know
like
I've
some
thought
lights
about
in your
doing like
room.
keep writing or watching like the cheesy Christmas movies or something. I don't know. But I also want it to not just be about Christmas. Obviously, that's what I celebrate, but I already have some jokes about like Thanksgiving and stuff. But then I want to incorporate um not necessarily about other holidays because I don't know, I don't celebrate it, but about just the fact that other people celebrate different stuff and I respect that and kind of the war on Christmas type of thing and how ridiculous that is. And just that I think the holiday time itself can be good for everybody, you know?
Yeah, and just like there's so many kind of overlaps with everyone's experience. Like when it comes down to it, we're all spending more time with family,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like kind of like extra, I don't know, pressure. There's gifts being exchanged. There's
Yeah, I
like
think gifts is
some
its whole own thing. Yeah, so I'm just trying
yeah.
to, I think, pull apart holidays in the season, I guess, as much as I can, and not just make it about Christmas, obviously. So
Nice. All right. Well, I'll stay tuned for that.
yeah,
So yeah, one of the things you have going on right now is it's Helium Podcast Network. You have your podcast Dumb Pitches, right?
yeah.
And you do that
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on my YouTube and then on all the podcast apps. But they do the audio part. But
so yeah,
yeah, that's
what
been almost 2 years, I think. But yeah.
cool. Yeah, I was listening to some pieces of a couple episodes earlier today. What spawned that idea for you? Like, how'd you get started with that?
I probably couldn't remember why I thought of that concept. I knew I wanted to do it, and this was during the pandemic because I wanted more YouTube content.
Hmm.
Um, I just wanted a longer video that people could watch every week. And obviously, that gets less views than something shorter, like stand up clips. But during the pandemic, we did a lot of like live streams and different stuff that was kind of cultivating this little YouTube community that I really liked. And so I kind of wanted to do something more for them. And then Helium said that they wanted the audio of it. So it became like an actual podcast. But yeah, the idea is that I talk to successful people about their worst ideas, which ends up being a lot of comedians, but we've had like authors and musicians and some like content creator type of people and different things like that, which is fun because then it makes the bad ideas more diverse. But we've
Yeah.
heard everything to like just personal, like bad relationships and silly, decisions when you're drunk or whatever. Um, some people get really into like their inventions and it's like, it is a dumb idea, but they're like gung ho about it. So that's really fun.
Yeah, because
Um,
when you think of pitches, like dumb pitches, you think of like Shark Tank, right?
yeah,
Or
like
like,
Shark
okay,
Tank,
like
right?
if I'm pitching a show or a script or a movie or a business idea, right? That like
Yeah.
makes sense. But I
I
was,
honestly think I maybe just liked the name so much that I was like, what can I make a podcast around this? I don't know, but
yeah. So I'm gonna kind of just like steal your idea for a question.
okay.
What's one of your worst ideas that you think you've had?
Oh gosh. Again, I get into these like, this is an idea I actually like, that's the problem. Something
Mhm.
stupid. I'm trying
Yeah.
to think of what like a really like a bad idea would be. I mean, I've had very disappointing situations where I do something similar to what I'm doing now, which is to have an idea like filming a special or doing a show in a certain place and then no one shows up or something. So I am a
Mhm.
little bit nervous about that. I mean, like 2 weeks ago, I was in Chicago and did not sell enough tickets, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
But my favorite invention that I thought of, and I really do think this could catch on. Okay, it came to me because I think I was just drinking. I wasn't high. I think I was just drinking.
Okay.
But I said it to my wife. We weren't married at the time, but I said it to my wife. I was like, I wish I had cup holders in my legs. Like when you sit down and then you could just put a cup right into your cup, like you
Yeah.
could. So then I thought of what I call sit and sips, which are pants that have a cup holder right there. So you sit down and you could put them right there in the cup holder. They would look stupid probably, but
That is genius. It's the best idea I've ever heard.
good. No one really likes it usually,
It's
but
like,
I think that's fun.
because those like sports game drinking hats really took off. And
Yeah.
if you're worried
Ooh.
about looking stupid, it's like just moving that down here,
Yeah.
kind of like
Just make them whatever your favorite sports team is print, and then it's Jaguars colors. Then you put your cups right there. That's not bad. I
nice.
just
Maybe
You're
have
at a
like some ice
barbecue.
packs right there too. You could keep them
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, put them underneath right and then keep you cool, depending on if that's what you're going for.
Help any
You
joint
just
pain.
uh I think it would, like, if you're just at a barbecue, and everyone's got chairs, but they don't have like the camping chairs with the things in it. It's just like you're sitting on a chair, like the one I'm in now. It doesn't even have armrests. Just where do you put your drink?
I'm sorry.
You
You
just have
got to
to
give it.
hold it. You
Yeah.
could do it in the car. That would be helpful. Anyways.
Yeah. Just so, safe drinking and driving, right?
Yes, exactly.
You
Because
have
it
to,
is much more dangerous to try and find a cup holder when you're drunk. So
it's way
you
more
got it right
dangerous
there.
to drink and drive with one hand than two
Yeah,
hands. That's a fact.
absolutely. Yes.
So another awesome piece of YouTube content that you put out there are these series of meditation videos, right?
Yeah.
Remind me of what the name of that is too. It's like just
And then the series was called Mellowing Out with Monica. I started that like a long time ago.
mhm.
Like a long time ago. Now it might have been like 8 years ago. And I just did like short ones for each month, like what it was like, this is what you should think about or whatever, like this is how to relieve your stress for March. And did like stock footage, which was my favorite part. Oh my god, I love stock footage. It's so hilarious.
Nice.
And then eventually I had the idea of doing an album. So I have a meditation album that you can find on wherever you can stream it. But there's a couple of music videos that we made for those on my YouTube as well. And those are longer, and each, like, it's a 10-track album, and each album or each track has a different theme, relaxation, work stress, family gathering, those types of things. And I'm actually really proud of that one. I think that was one of the better ideas that I had that actually like came to fruition. I had a composer do original music, a guy I met when I was living in LA.
Nice.
And he normally scores like TV shows. And so it's really good. Like, it's very nice music with my calm voice over it, but it's pretty dirty, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a good mixture of like it being legitimately very calm and like
Mm.
soothing, but also you mix like punchlines in there like
Yeah, I
throughout the
think
meditation sessions.
I didn't have any intention. The reason I thought of it was because I was really trying to do a guided meditation. I
Mhm.
do meditate a lot, but it's a struggle for me, as it is for a lot of people, I think, to really like actually not wander too much or
Yeah.
spiral in your own brain. And so I was like, okay, I'll try a guided one. And it was just like, it was very corny. And I kept laughing. I think she said, have you ever been in nature? And I was like, are we answering questions? Like, it made me laugh really hard. And so I was like, oh, that would be, which there was one other one that somebody did that I knew of, at least before mine. It was very short, and it was very negative. It wasn't
Mhm.
like a actual meditation that was funny. It was like making fun of meditation, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I started doing them, and people liked them, whatever. And now it's like a pretty popular thing. I don't think because of what we did. It's like in the last 6 months, a lot of people have been doing like bad bitch meditation, whatever.
Nice.
And basic, which is just normal meditation with swearing, I'm sure. But it was really fun to do, and I just think it's like the best version of what I thought it was going to be.
Nice. Yeah. I listened to the body scan one,
Yeah, which is a
which
very
was
popular one.
yeah, yeah. It was very funny, but also very real. I think you said like meditation is just you being you with you. And I was like, that's so true. And anyway,
Well, and the body scan one is the one that I do recommend if you either don't like your experience with meditation or you've never done it. It's like the way where you're supposed to start. Like when you tell little kids about meditation, you're supposed to do a body scan, right? You're supposed to be thinking about parts of your body because then you don't think about other stuff.
mhm.
So it is, and then of course I, make it inappropriate, but it's because the whole point of meditation is to focus on one thing so that
Yeah.
all the other stuff that's bothering you, you don't think about it. So if you're just thinking about your body and also me saying dirty things, then you're not stressed, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah, no, it keeps you kind of focused and grounded. I've tried, I normally do unguided meditation, but
Mm.
I came to that same like issue where it's like, okay, it's hard to like really stop from like wandering
Yeah, I
to other
usually
things.
do. music, but not any talking. I think a lot of
Yeah,
people do headspace and
exactly.
stuff, which is helpful. But yeah, for some reason, I think someone else's voice bothers me. In fact, I've done like affirmation type of stuff where I record my own voice and then play it for myself. Like that's not for anybody else,
I was
because
gonna
that's what,
say,
it's like me talking to me. That's who's supposed to be paying attention. So
percentage wise, how often are you meditating to yourself?
I haven't used those in a long time. I mean, even now, I definitely meditate less than I used to
Hmm.
because I have family. It's, before it's like I could wake up and I would do some writing and then I would meditate and then I'd work out and then I'd look at my phone and like I was taking care of my mental health much better. But now, like a little child wakes me up and needs breakfast and those types of things. So it's a little less. Now I take him to school and then I go for a run and then I meditate by the water, but it's usually like 5 minutes.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't been meditating as much as I used to either, but I always just like sauna and run and just exercise in general. Just like a
Yeah.
place to just like get in your mind and like kind of
Do you think,
manifest and
yeah, we need to bring it back a little bit because I think the social media stuff's really starting to affect a lot of people. I think younger people are getting out of it though. This is new. Did a show in Seattle on like a Tuesday,
Mhm.
and most of the audience was a little bit younger. And so I was like, oh, just follow me on Instagram, come see me again. And they were like, oh, I don't have Instagram. Like a lot of people. And I was like, oh, all right.
They're like so
I was like,
young
you
that
got
they're
email?
they're like woke about it,
Yeah, I
that's
think
smart.
so,
I
which is good.
I ran to this youngin once. I was like 22. He's like, we know we're fucked up. We know how fucked up we are. Because I mean, I bet their teachers are just telling them all the time, like there used to not be social media and
Yeah. I
well,
mean,
hopefully,
we tell them all the time, especially like the instant gratification, like explaining to him like you had to wait to go to the bathroom until a bathroom break, until a commercial, or you had to wait till the next week to see what happened on the show or what. Like he's only ever really been able to binge stuff or see whatever movie he wants whenever he wants. For us it was like we could watch the 4 VHS tapes that I had, and you watched them over and over. So is that better for you or not? I don't know, but but the
think
instant
so.
gratification part of it is you can see it in other stuff, because if he wants to like be good at a sport or piano or whatever, he wants to be good at it right away. He's not used to, like, he doesn't understand that part of it.
Yeah, it's good
So
to practice patience and like willpower, right? Just to be
yeah,
able to get those long-term goals, I think,
yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
Great. Well, let's see. I think, that's all the questions that I had for you today.
All right.
So, I appreciate you talking to me on my YouTube channel. I'm kind of in between podcasts right now, so I just do these
That's okay.
conversations where I
I
could put
love
them
it.
out. Yeah.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, and if
Yeah.
anybody's watching that's in Portland, March 15th, Helium, get your tickets now. I think it's going to be a
Yes.
really fun show. So
And I'll put the link to Monica's tickets in the description, so you could click on there, go on Helium's website, look in the description. I'll have your Helium tickets and the other stuff we talked about today on there too, like Big Stepdad Energy and all that.
nice. Yeah, that
All
would
right.
be great. I love it.
All right. Well, hey Monica, great talking to you, and I'll see you around.
Thank you.